Aquarius, welcome to your New Year's reading. Let's get started and see what messages we have for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the year ahead. All right, Aquarius. Now, keep in mind that these are general readings and may not resonate for everyone. So make sure to check out your other placements because you could have messages there as well, giving you the whole picture. Okay, Aquarius, let's get started and see what are the messages around you for the new year. What is the energy around Aquarius for the new year? Okay, seeing quite a few cards here. Let's have a look. Okay, so we're seeing winter on the bottom of the deck. I love that winter card. It really brings in a lot of introspection and sort of integration, really understanding your experience that you've had, in the past and up till now, bringing in some integration here. Now we're seeing the third eye chakra card. So I feel like as you integrate things, you're sort of receiving some guidance through your third eye, through your intuitive senses. You're sort of able to perceive things in a different way. We're seeing that air element, which you possess, Aquarius, and you're fixed air sign. So you tend to fit the mold of an Aquarius in a very interesting way, one that allows you to sort of take the parts of the air signs in general, take the parts that fit for you, and then you create the rest. It's interesting. This is a time, seeing this air element really brings in this idea of permission to sort of do things in the way that you do things as a fixed air sign. We're seeing holiday here, which is beautiful. We're seeing the present. I like that. And we're seeing strength. Okay, let me move these over a bit so we can look at all of them. We're going to check a number of decks for this New Year's reading. Okay, there we go. So it's interesting, Aquarius. It's almost like you're sort of being intuitively guided to look at things and do a sort of an evaluation, which is something that can be very helpful at the end of a year, moving into a new year, where you sort of do an evaluation. You look at things and you try to sort of integrate the wisdom of stuff so that you can prepare for a new year of experiences. And seeing the idea of the holiday card is an interesting one. You're the only sign that's received that card so far. And it sort of gives in this opportunity to celebrate. This card can sort of bring out this idea of the rituals that we use for celebration, and perhaps you're sort of looking at those yourself this year, some thoughts and memories, experiences that are tied to certain celebrations or times of the year. You might be remembering those this year. That might bring a fond memory, or it might bring in a heaviness for you. It's interesting. The holidays can bring out different things for different people. And so I feel like this holiday has brought up a lot of memories for you, some good, some heavy, some happy, some maybe brought a tear to your eye, and you're sort of integrating all of that into the present. You're really integrating all of that into your present experience, almost in a way that allows you to sort of understand your present experience a little bit more. It's almost this idea of sort of re-witnessing things, and sometimes we see them as separate from our experience. But I think now you're starting to see how it's all tied in. Everything's tied into what you experience now in the present, the past, the memories about certain holidays. That seems to be an important one for you this year. It's almost like you're recollecting things and you're being very nostalgic. And you're tying it all into your present experience, albeit kind of emotional, It's interesting and thought-provoking, memories, things coming to the surface. It's interesting. You know, it seems to be all bringing in a lot of strength for you, though. Seeing that strength card here makes me feel like, you know, you're sort of doing some evaluating to see where is your true strength, and are you owning your strength, or are you sort of giving your strength away? Are you accessing your strength, or are you sort of resignation, you know, where you're not feeling empowered? You might be resigning yourself to something instead of feeling like you're owning your strength. It's an interesting reading so far, Aquarius. Makes me feel like you're doing a lot of introspection, a lot of things coming to the surface surrounding this holiday season and past holiday seasons. There's something about past moments of celebration, moments of holidays where people gather. Perhaps it was a different kind of gathering then. Perhaps there were different people around the table, and you're remembering those people in your present moment now. Is that giving you strength, or is it making you sort of reflective? It's interesting what's coming through for you so far. Let's have a look at the tarot cards and see what they will reveal for you, Aquarius. It kind of feels like this new year has you feeling really nostalgic. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw the Six of Cups, if we saw the Strength card, the Hermit. You know, you seem very reflective and very nostalgic as you're reflecting. Highly intuitive. There's that Hermit that I mentioned, and the Knight of Cups. Yeah, you're definitely feeling all the feels, and I feel like you're almost wanting to be open, but something's causing some hesitation. I feel like you're about to receive some illumination, though. Something is going to make whatever feels heavy feel bright again and light. I feel like there's a part of you that needs to be open and communicate openly. There's the Four of Pentacles. You're hanging on to something. You're hanging on to something, not wanting to let it go. It's interesting. It's almost like, you know, these cards have a lot of blue, and then these are yellow. It feels like things are moving from dark to light. Things are moving from being isolated to being more inclusive and open, but there is something that you're hanging on to here. Seems to be something in the realms of emotion. We see the Knight of Cups and now the King of Cups. So it's interesting, Aquarius. There's a lot of emotional quality to what's coming up for you here. You're not wanting to let go of something. There may be a connection that you want to hang on to, that the holidays remind you of this connection. I was sort of feeling like you might have been looking around and remembering who used to be around the table and who's not right now. You may be missing someone. You may be missing someone and wanting to reach out to them to say, I miss you. I thought about you during the holidays and I missed you. I felt alone without you. You know, it's interesting, and being very reflective about this individual or these experiences. It almost feels like there could be an individual that you're missing. And I say that because I'm seeing the Five of Cups here on the bottom of the deck. I thought we'd see the Six, but we're seeing the Five. So it's interesting. It's sort of like you're missing someone. You're feeling nostalgic about someone, and you're missing them over these past holidays that we've had. And perhaps there was something about those times in the past where I can't help but feel like there was someone present that isn't present now, and you're thinking about them. You're thinking about their absence, and it feels a little bit empty. You know, it feels a little bit empty. You're sort of reminiscing and feeling that sadness. It's interesting looking at these cards. Let's clarify some of this for you, Aquarius, as you're being sort of reflective, emotionally tapped in, not wanting to let go of something from the past, maybe wanting that to be resurrected in a sense. It's interesting. It feels like you want to see something return to your present. You know, seeing that present here, it's like a new beginning. It's like you want to see something flourish in the present, and it's intuitively you're feeling really nostalgic about that. There's the Six of Wands. I feel like There's some external cues here. It feels like you're being encouraged. It feels like you're being encouraged to reconnect maybe, or encouraged to pursue a certain approach. You know, it's interesting. You're getting some external feedback of success here. People wondering if you're going to go for something. And as I say that, there's the Eight of Wands, Cupid's arrows moving fast. You know, interesting. It's like you're looking to the external to see, are you being recognized or validated with an idea? It feels like, and there's the reinforcement with the Eight of Wands. I really feel like you want to reach out to whoever this is and say, I missed you over the holidays. I remember when you were here and it was so nice, and I missed that. When are you coming back? When will we see you again? When will you come and be with us and celebrate? See, like, I feel like you know, you maybe you spent like a Christmas holiday or a New Year's holiday with someone and you miss them. You want to celebrate with them. You're thinking about them and you want some celebration. It's interesting. I do feel like you could have this celebration. It's interesting. This row is making me feel like this is possible, this Ten of Cups here. It feels like it's out of balance right now, but it, you know, it's showing up on the bottom of the deck for a reason, maybe to change your perspective about the possibilities with this person or people, or, you know, whatever it is that you're feeling nostalgic about coming back into fulfillment. There's that King of Swords in reverse. That King of Swords in reverse is you, King of Swords. Aquarius is the King of Swords, fixed air sign, showing up twice. You've got this air sign and this air sign showing up representing you. And, you know, the King of Swords, when it turns up in reverse, can sort of feel like, you know, a coldness and a distance, an energy that doesn't feel like collaborating or being thoughtful anymore. It's interesting. Perhaps that's the front you're showing. Perhaps that's all this person knows. Perhaps that's what you're hanging on to, is this sort of facade of coldness. That may be how this person sees you. That may be how you want this person to see you. Perhaps you don't want them to know how warm and close to your heart they are right now, with the King of Cups. Seeing the Knight of Cups kind of confirms that, seeing him in reverse, because you're not actually showing your true feelings. You're hiding your true feelings. You're hanging on to this facade of coldness. Makes me wonder if there's been a lack of communication between you. Seeing the King of Swords in reverse, there's been a stalemate energy where you're not talking. Things definitely shifted here, because you guys went from celebrating holidays together to silence. So I feel like someone's out in the cold here. There's the Five of Pentacles, but it's in reverse, which says that it could turn around, that anything that was once lost could be regained and reclaimed. You've got two fives on the bottom of the deck, the Five of Cups and the Five of Pentacles. It's interesting, Aquarius. It really feels like you want to see a change here. You want to see a shift in the new year. You want to bring something back into the present that used to be there and is now absent. And it feels like you want to sort of reestablish that connection, shifting away from that cold facade that says, yeah, I don't care, that's fine, it doesn't bother me that this person's not around, to someone who's like, how are they? I miss them. Remember when they were here? It's interesting. It's a fondness. It almost feels like you guys were part of the same circle at one point, seeing that Three of Cups, and that there's a part of you that's like, I want to march in. I want to march in and move quickly towards bringing that energy back. Perhaps you'll get your chance in 2023. I feel like intuitively you feel drawn to this person. I wouldn't be surprised if we were dealing with a soulmate connection here, or a very strong contract at the very least. Now, Aquarius, let's see here what the White Light Oracle deck will reveal for you. I'm very curious which card you're going to receive. I've been pulling one card, cutting the deck and taking the card for each sign. And I'm actually reading these messages right out of the guidebook. I really love the way Alana Fairchild has written this oracle deck. So let's see here for Aquarius. What is the highest guidance that we can present to Aquarius? Spirit Bear of 396. I'm just going to rest that card. Oops, hang on, we don't want this to all topple. I'm just going to rest this card here for a moment and grab the book. This is card 15, if numbers are significant to you when you watch these readings. Number 15. Okay, my friends, here we go. This card starts with the guidance of, it says here, you are being healed from guilt and fear. There's your guilt, and there's your fear, right? Well, that was in reverse, sorry. I put it down the wrong way. So there's your guilt, and there's your fear. There's a lot of guilt and fear here. It's interesting. Such emotions will no longer steal your personal power. There's in the strength card, it was asking you about your power. Or dissuade you from confidence, happiness, and realizing your own worth. No matter how unlikely it may seem, you are going to emerge from a spiritual winter, exactly, the spiritual winter, into light and life. The divinely ordained time for your liberation, healing, and emergence is much closer than you realize. Abundant blessings are stirring and shall soon manifest. That's very interesting because, you know, this winter card carries a very similar sort of message, that the spiritual winter is the time where we sort of go inwards, like the bear in this picture, where we sort of go inwards so that we can understand things. This is a time where, you know, you sort of take that winter, that absence of light, and you change, right? You know, the things change in that area, that space that we create. And it's truly an opportunity for new beginnings to emerge. And it's interesting that you're sort of getting that message all over the place here. So I really feel like there is a lot of change in store for you moving forward into 2023. Now, the rest of the message for this card goes on to say here that introspection of your personal experiences has been key in this moment, and that it may have involved a mother figure or someone that you sort of see as having those maternal qualities, very nurturing, very loving, making you feel like very loved and belonging. It's interesting. The guidance here may arise that, you know, you're either feeling a no, not right now, or a yes, go for it. And I feel like you're feeling that yes, go for it when I see that 8 of Wands here. There is something here about letting down that defense system that we saw in the King of Swords, where I said it's sort of a facade of coldness. That's also coming through. It says here, as we let go of our defense systems, which disables the fear and guilt from running our lives, we start to deal with things in a more clear and healed manner. We stop fearing that we will never have what we genuinely want and need, and we realize that we are already loved, we know how to love, and we are naturally, actually innately, beings of love. So this 369 frequency helps to reconcile that push and pull of competing interests. And we start to integrate what's in the heart. That awareness in the heart starts to be integrated and provides a clear pathway for us to realize something that is supporting our highest good and our highest purpose. This oracle urges you to go within, and where there is tremendous healing to awaken, let it become awake. It's time for it to become awake. You're exiting the winter and entering in the present moment. It's such an interesting reading for you, Aquarius. This frequency of 369 is so helpful for that. You might want to do some meditation listening to 369 hertz. You can find a lot of binaural beats on YouTube and other websites where they've incorporated those frequencies, and that can really help. It's interesting, you're really being guided to be more open and direct when it comes to bringing things to light, and to really connect to your authentic path, to make things feel like you have a clearer understanding of where you need to let go and where you need to sort of open up. You know what I mean? It's very interesting, this message for you. That idea of feeling self-love and self-respect will really connect you to your authentic path. And the nurturing frequency that will heal your heart is this 369. I feel like you're exiting a time of this cold defense. It's slowly coming down, and you're ready to be more warm and open in the present than you were in the winter. You know what I mean? It's such an interesting reading for you, for the year ahead. Abundant blessings are stirring and soon shall manifest. But you are really being healed of this guilt and fear. There's something here that, you're being guided to sort of look at through different eyes, to see it in a different way after a significant period of reflection that seems to have taken place. Very interesting, Aquarius. Okay, let's see what your final guidance will be to close this very interesting and very connected reading. I feel like all of the cards were supporting this very specific message for you, Aquarius. Okay, what is the highest guidance for Aquarius for 2023? Magic. Oh, I love that for you. It's going to be a magical year. There's the front of the card. Such a beautiful image. Got an owl, a peacock, and a crow sitting on top of an elder with a scarab at the bottom. You can see there. It says here, magic, trust your inner wisdom, take time for introspection, and explore the etheric realms. Your spirit is immortal. This card really makes me feel like you're tapping into something divine, something that is meant for you in this lifetime to understand on a deeper level. And it's interesting. It almost makes me feel like there's an intimacy here where you're being guided to let yourself truly be seen. And you're starting to understand that we're all mirrors for one another, reflecting back what is within. And it feels like this sounds a little cliched, but it almost feels like you're missing your mirror. There's a certain mirror that you're missing. When you look into that mirror, it's like you see your authentic self. And I feel like you've been really reflecting on this person. Reflecting on this person during the holidays, and I feel like maybe they used to be around during the holidays with you, and now there's some sort of distance between you that I feel like you're ready to end. You're ready to end that distance and that lack of communication. Very interesting reading for you this week, for this year, Aquarius. I'm sending you so much love and light. Thank you for being present for this reading. And I'm sending you so much love and positive intention for the year ahead. I look forward to reading for you again, and I thank you so much for being here. All right, my friends, take care, and we'll see you soon for another reading.